All right, it's your boy Santana here. We got another video. Why women say I hate men in quotation marks. So let's see what this is about.
Hi, I hate men. And when I say that, obviously it's a given that not all men are the problem. However, it is a problem that almost all women have been by men in their lifetime.
Uh, so first off, not starting out to a great foot. Normally, when you're trying to open a discussion or discourse, this is just for people in general, not just men. You should try to lead with your best foot forward. You shouldn't be confrontational from the start, because most people will react to you and be defensive as well. But so far, let's see.
Been a hot topic all of our lives because we experience this. However, it seems like in the news and online and social media, or even people that we know personally, there's a lot of women coming forth about their and it breaks my heart so much. I was even one of those people who gained the courage to talk about these situations because other women were speaking about their situations. I kind of talked about it in my video about how I got out of an abusive relationship. I didn't go too in depth about it, but I am part of the 97%. And if you don't know what the 97% is, it's a study that was done in the UK that about 97% of women ages 18 to 24 have claimed that they have been at least once in their life, which is so incredibly sad.
I would like the site for that study, but I want to know like I'm not going to disagree with the study because I haven't read it, but I want to know like to the degree, like what is qualifying as the harassment. Like, is it just a gaze? Because sometimes it's just a gaze and they'll take that as harassment, or is it touching? Like what did that study measure its metrics on basically? Um, we'll go see because I think she's talking about the Me Too movement, and the Me Too movement. The reason why that was an issue because there was like a lot of false allegations that came about, um, and it ruined people's lives and careers. Like the movement itself is not as bad. I mean, I believe if you feel like you've been wrong, you should come out. But some people take it to the extreme and basically try to ruin a person's life for clout, money, advantages, and a lot of blackmail and stuff goes on. So you got to be careful what water you stick your foot in.
That majority of my audience is women ages 18 to 24. I am in no way happy at all about that number. I'm heartbroken, I'm sad, I feel triggered a lot of the times when I do read stuff online, but I am happy that I feel a sense of unity and a sense of like power within numbers in this situation. So it makes me happy to know that.
That is not where your power comes from. Like, I don't think people in jail feel empowered. That there's a bunch of them. Compared to just being isolation. Like, power comes from basically other factors, and I think she's gonna have to find that.
I am really not alone with what I go through on a day-to-day basis as a woman, as well as what has happened to me many years ago. I also wanted to talk about the stupid, dumb-ass phrase that is not all men, and what I mean when I say I hate men. I hate the term not all men because it diminishes when a woman talks about her experiences of what she went through. I also want to note very quickly, I should have said this in the beginning, but when I say women, this does not just include cisgender women. This is inclusive of all women. If your feminism is not intersectional and involving all different types of women, then your feminism is no good. I hate the term.
What? So the reason why you diversify in certain things is because not all men go through the same things. Like I don't share the same experiences as a gay man or an Asian man. So it's good to categorize when you're talking about specific things and specific facts. Just because you want to include everybody because there's power in numbers and her terms is not always acceptable or the right thing to do. You're actually diminishing your point because then cisgender women could be like, oh, I don't go through those struggles or experiences. I believe you also shouldn't say I hate men. It's just, what's the word, it's not misogynistic, it's the opposite one. But either way, you shouldn't just say it. Like, I mean, you can be specific to your fact without including entire group. Because like I said, if you want to start a discussion and discourse, you should be, leading with your best foot forward. You shouldn't put all men on the defensive. Like, yeah, some men are bad, but that's some men. That's not the majority. You know what I'm saying? Or society would crumble as we speak.
Men, because quite frankly, in a lot of women's experiences, it is all men in one way or another. I hate the term not all men because in the eyes of a woman who has been, it is all men because they have not had the luxury of encountering a man who has defended them in these situations, has stood up to them, has not associated themselves with men who have.
So, for example, say walking down the street minding my own business, and some guy, starts a fight with me. Unless they're my friends or, family members, 9 times out of 10, a man is not going to help me. But if a female was to be assaulted by a man in public, 9 times out of 10, men around the female will swarm the dude to protect. So the fact that you feel like men don't do things for women is kind of disingenuous to your argument, and also not really the truth of reality. Like, I mean, a lot of women get away with a lot of stuff because men won't hit women. I mean, there's like the off chance I do, and there's some evil people in the world. So I'm not going to diminish, that part of it. But I'm not going to just say all men are good. You see how stupid that sounds? Just because there's some good men, So that's why you, back to your point, that's why you say some men suck. And these are the ones why, You got to articulate yourself better to get your point across. Like having lack of intelligence, it'll be like, well, you get the point.
Or catcalled or whatever else. Catcalling is a form of course. However, a lot of people fail to see that. Oh my God, I've never a woman, when in reality you just catcalled someone 10 minutes ago. I think additionally, it should just be a given that when I say I hate men, that I am not saying all men. When I'm speaking about my experience and I'm saying men did this or men do that, I'm not speaking for every single man, and that should be picked up on. If it's not, I don't know.
Like, that's entitlement, Assuming someone should be able to read your like social cues and in between, your form of speak when they first met you, is that you're not entitled to people's opinion about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you say something, I'm not supposed to decipher through and see, oh, maybe she meant this, maybe she meant that. No, you said what you said, and you got to take accountability for that. Now, if it comes off the wrong way, you're accountable. If something I says in this video seems offensive, or, I'm bashing someone's character, I got to be accountable for that, and I got to take, the proper actions, follow-up actions. So it's just like a lack of accountability nowadays. A lot of people want to get away with things and, expect people or like they're entitled to things that they're not entitled to. Like, you're not entitled to my opinion of you or with my opinion on your words. Like, if you said something, you got to own that, or you got to backtrack. Pick a side.
How you got through English class in middle school. Men love to generalize women. Men love they don't even call us women, they call us females. Men love to say that females wear too much makeup. Females always go after
as you proceed to wear makeup
with a lot of money. Females are all
as they do.
And to my ladies, to my women, you have likely related to at least one thing I said in this video, which makes me so extremely sad. And I also know I have a lot of younger viewers. I hope that if there's at least one thing I can do with my channel is to boost your confidence to take down this male-dominated world. I want you to kick ass in your life, okay? I want you to be strong in your feminism and not succumb to the internal misogyny that we are taught every single day. How do I do that, Nicole, you may be asking? Do not succumb to slut-shaming. Do not slut-shame yourself. Do not slut-shame others. Here on this channel, we do not slut-shame women or anyone. Unfortunately, something that I had to learn.
You should feel shame. Shame is not inherently a bad thing. Like, when I overeat, my body naturally feels shame, because I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to do. Like, if you are promiscuous as a woman. That's not necessarily a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like think about the implications on your kids, your future, and you know your audience is 18 between 24, and this is the message you want to promote. Like I don't understand. Like you're actually even worse than the men that you're claiming are misogynist and we hate women, because most men don't hate women. Like I'm sorry to say, like we actually like women. You know what I'm saying? We want them to thrive. We do things for women. Why do you think you get the simps, the beta males, the motherfucking, even the alphas? They like women, but the message that you're sending out to young impressionable kids is just disgusting. It's distasteful. Like I wouldn't tell young boys, oh yeah, fuck the feminine society, where they want you to handle your rage and your violence, just unleash it out onto the world. Do you? Like what? It's just crazy.
Growing up is that this is a man's world. Do I still believe that? No, I fully believe that it's my world. But I had to learn along the
Y'all not gonna like this, but it is a man's world, like the buildings, the infrastructure, those are things that men have created. And for you to undermine the achievements of our forefathers and your father, your grandfather, the generations that they put in to make sure you can live comfortable in society, is kind of disgusting. You know what I'm saying? When we went to war back then, like men fought and died for the war. Like I know there's a war right now, I have a chance to get drafted. You know what I'm saying? I don't shy away from my responsibility as a man. So for you to think in these ways and think that men are all out to hate you, I just don't get it. Like it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like you have so many opportunities and things for you, like avenues for success, and you're focusing on the negative for this is the reason why I'm not great, instead of just making a path of greatness for yourself. You can empower women by, showing success and doing other things, but you're just turning them into sluts, charlottes, Jezebels, and then you also want them to push a feminist movement and just say, you know what, fuck men, you know what I'm saying, until you need a plumber, until you need a fucking fireman, until you need, someone to save your family members, someone to do certain things for you, but it's just fuck men. So if men just said, you know what, maybe I don't feel like going to work today, or I only feel like working with men, you know what I'm saying, because that's what happened with the Me Too movement. Females weren't getting mentored, even though they're not entitled to their mentorship. You know what I'm saying? They weren't getting mentored in the help that they wanted, because men were just like, you know what? I'm not going to even, get into that mess. Like, you're not setting an avenue for success for the future generations of women talking like this. Like, I'm not going to bash your character. I'm not going to bash how you look. But the way, the words that's coming out your mouth, they're not giving off the best message. And I think you need to reflect, sit down and think to yourself, like, really, what is the outcome and what is the future? Because right now it sounds like you're just spitting garbage out into the world, and hopefully it doesn't collect and turn to a landfill. Like, it doesn't make sense. And I'm just gonna have to end the video. There's like 10 minutes left. I mean, takeaway is like you gotta watch your daughters. Like, for the men out there, like, watch what they're saying online, for the family members, not even just men. Like, you gotta pay attention to these people's lives. Like, you know what I'm saying? She feels like no men's out there to help, but you know what I'm saying? You gotta be in their lives to be there and do things like that. Like, it's not your fault that she's like this, but I mean, some people need guidance. I don't know her family situation or anything like that, but she needs help. She needs a lot of help. It's crazy. The more I watch these videos, the more I go insane, man. This shit crazy to me. Like, dang, y'all really out here like that. Some Jezebels.